Warhammer 40,000, Inquisitor, Martyr. This is my first time playing through. I've heard really good things about this game. It is an ARPG, much like Diablo is. Top-down, or Albion Online, and other things of that nature. Path of Exile as well. I've heard that the easiest playthrough style is supposed to be with the Crusader, but it can get kind of repetitive and kind of boring. A harder play style is to play Psyker. It's supposed to have a lot of really awesome gameplay mechanics in it and abilities and stuff. I don't know how good I will be at this game, to be honest with you, off rip, but we're gonna figure out, and hopefully we can adapt and improve and overcome. Again, haven't played it before. I don't know if I'm supposed to change. So they have the Hierophant. You can buy it, DLC. I guess we just create a character, huh? So we got the Psyker. It looks like we have... everything unlocked besides the Hierophant class. I heard Tech Adept is really hard to play. Something to do with like the summons are not always the most helpful, especially early on in the game. So I guess we'll do Psyker. We're gonna look at some of the abilities here. So Expertise, Imperionist Psyker. Primaris Psykers are experts in harnessing the boundless power of the warp. In combat, they rely on their psychic powers, preferring light armor and psychically attuned weapons. Oh, do I have to choose this, or is this... This is just giving us a rundown on the abilities and stuff, I think. So Psykers gain warp heat points as penalty for using psychic powers. Accumulating these points may spawn warp anomalies or even demons. Warp heat can be reduced by using force weapons. So force weapon is probably the staff, I'm assuming, yeah. Maybe you can change that as you play. Due to their unique talents, only Inquisitors with the Psyker background are permitted to use psychic powers. Okay, there's some lore accuracy there. Obviously, you know, there's a few exceptions to that in the Space Marine chapters, but it's specifically. Amplifying their wielders' Empyrean powers, force weapons can only be used by Psykers. So, that makes sense. The Force Staff is a psychic weapon, which is very hard to master. An arcane conduit to channel the wielder's amplified will into the target. Their Empyrean armor, even the existence of this ceremonial armor is fervently denied outside of the Calgary Conclave. It uses long-forgotten xenotechnology to create a warp anomaly that halts the flow of time for a short duration. Also equipped with a Rosarius force field. So, just a little bit of damage mitigation and some special perks for the weapon and the armor. Seasonal character. Oh, you can change it. I see. Aether Walkers. So you get the Force Sword and Rod. The Force Sword can be a formidable psychic weapon in the hands of a trained Psyker, capable of banishing demons back to the Immaterium with a single strike. Combined with a Force Rod that stores raw psychic energy, only a few can weather the wrath and insanity of the Aether Walker. Sounds sick. Aether Walker armor. This ancient, psychically reactive armor phases its wearer between the Immaterium and real space, permitting to travel short distances in the blink of an eye. Also equipped with a personal void shield generator. I mean, this looks sweet. It fits my playstyle a lot, I think. That'll probably be the choice that we go with. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So, this is the Scryer Psyker. Looks like you get a bolt pistol and a force rod. The bolt pistol is a sturdy, cumbersome weapon, firing mass reactive bolts that detonate on impact or inside of the target. Combined with a force rod that stores and channels raw psychic energy, the scryer wields the perfect combination of physical and otherworldly threat. That also kind of fits my playstyle a little bit, I think, in most games. I played druids and rogues, technically, a lot of the time for like Diablos purposes. I haven't checked the new Path of Exile updates, but I played the Cannoner. Warpbound armor. This lightly armored, psychic attuned suit permits the psyker to project its disembodied presence over the physical world, to gaze beyond the veil, making the scryer a master of virtually undetectable reconnaissance. Also equipped with a frag grenade dispenser. So that would probably be more like that Path of Exile character that I played. Does the dude seem faster there? What did he just do there? This seems good, but I still think that the Aether Walker is gonna be my thing. I guess we don't really have much of a choice. Seasonal it is, right? We're gonna have to do the campaign, it appears. Showing the disc. That might be kind of hard to do while I'm streaming this. Are you guys okay with being stream friendly on the Discord? I mean, I could. What are you guys, what are you up to? Are you just playing League and stuff, or? Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. Ripping League, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing Warhammer 40k stuff, so there's gonna be a lot of talking while I'm doing this. It's my first playthrough on it, and I'm probably gonna drop a bunch of lore as I'm playing through it for viewers and stuff over on some of the other apps. Appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a ton of fun in your games, brother. Good luck out there. All right, so yeah, we're gonna send it with the Aether Walker. I think I like the Force Sword, Force Rod combo, and that blink ability with the Aether Walker armor just seems like it's pretty good for repositioning. I feel like you don't just play by yourself, but I could be completely wrong here. I only saw a short trailer on this, so maybe it's like a team party based game that you can play. Kind of hard to tell at the moment. I don't have enough info on it, but they're gonna go ahead and send it. Killing champion or stronger enemies fills the Empyrean Echo bar. An Empyrean elite spawns upon filling the bar. So that must be one of our guys? That doesn't look like one of our guys at all. That looks scary as shit. Empyrean flares. As the Empyrean Echo bar fills up, effects manifest from the warp, helping you or harming enemies. Empyrean elite enemies drop Empyrean slivers that can be exchanged for rewards within with Captain Ragna. You get Empyrean keys. Empyrean elite enemies drop Empyrean keys, which can be used to open an extra chest in Void Crusades. Special season-only items, objectives, and rewards are available. Shift J is how we check progress. Complete all 5 tiers. Decorate your command bridge. You get trophies that you can display in your ship, I'm assuming. Compete with fellow Inquisitors to reach the top of the leaderboards and embed your name forever in the Hall of Heroes. That is a pipe dream. I am too new to even consider something like that. Tier 1 agent. Completing the seasonal tier. Rewards, items, collectibles, better rewards. Complete all tier 1 objectives and we get that stuff. I think I mean, is this the one that we do? Season of the Inferno? How do I tell which one? I mean, it just automatically tried to throw me into this one, so I don't know if that's like the... Check the compendium. Take a look at this. Season 4 is the Imperium. I mean, you know... Can't even tell what one I'm supposed to do. It's kind of hard to distinguish. I'm sure Empyrean is fine, right? But I might be the only person in there. So we got Season of Malediction is Season 7. Just trying to double check on the Steam page to see where we're at here. Does anybody happen to know if this is the newest season? Obviously Empyrean is not. Malediction though. It's got to be Malediction. So shift tab back to the game. Inferno, Malediction. So that must be it. We're just gonna send it. Hopefully I'm not biting off more than I can chew here with this. The Imperium of Man is besieged from all sides by the Xenos races, and it is slowly rotting away from the inside. Inquisitors are autonomous, powerful agents who wage a great and secret war for mankind. They fight in the shadows, and nothing is beyond their authority. They are the judges and the executioners.
Inquisitor's log. Classified report for later transmission. I'm closing on the source of the inquisitorial distress signal I was assigned to investigate. It has an ancient encryption used by the Holy Orders. It's authentic, but extremely old. The intensity of the Caligari warp searches is beyond anything I've experienced. There were many delays during the journey. But the coordinates I received from the Caligari Conclave finally led me to this desolate system. The signal is coming from a battered fortress monastery. It got through the warp surges with considerable loss of data, and my astropath has been unable to decipher it. I will personally investigate the source of this mysterious signal.
Inquisitor, this is your captain speaking. I'm still trying to hail the monastery, but I get no response.
The hull looks intact, though. I think it was simply abandoned a very long time ago.
Then what do you expect to find over there?
Something that once belonged to the Inquisition. And lots of empty halls.
Sounds exciting. I've instructed your pilots to land on the hangar deck.
Stand by and wait for my signal.
Inquisitor, the automatic defense system has been activated. The turrets are attacking you. Do you...
Okay.
Captain, do you copy? Captain Van Winter, can you hear me? Strange. Box communication is jammed. And I can't use my teleporter device. Something must be disturbing my signal. I will record everything in my audio log in case I don't return. Inquisitorial log. New entry. While attempting to dock in the hangar of an unknown fortress monastery, my transport took heavy fire. I suspect that the automatic weapon systems were activated, but I don't yet know why. The transport has been destroyed, along with my equipment. My pilot is dead. I will pray for him later.
Okay, click to move. Right click, doesn't do much. I don't think we have any abilities yet. I could be wrong here. Inventory. Looks like we have multiple bags, and you can buy thing. No, that might just be a special item storage or something. Base damage is 22. I got 3250 hit points, and suppression must be like armor, I'm assuming. Passives. Perk trees and stuff, psychic debuffs. It looks like 5% damage bonus to psychic powers for 10 seconds at the warp heat. 20% damage to weapon skills. This one doesn't have one of those primary things. I mean, I would assume that we start at the bottom of the tree, right? Like, that would be most sensible. Looks like we have these 4 that we're focusing on. 150. You're building armor. Suppression might be a thing. I don't know how difficult of a game we're going to be playing, though, so... I guess you just dump 4. Dump 4. And... We're really going to be a melee class, though. I don't think that we even really have to look at that too much. This game reward a lot of exploration, or... Is that a chest full of stuff? No. I assume we just go talk to the giant green exclamation point, but... Maybe I can. It's just tutorial time, huh?
Interesting. Mindless servitors were created for menial tasks, but having a flesh drone just for operating the door seems excessive. Open the door.
Holding the left mouse button down allows you to just free run, basically, where the where is
Ancient
at.
cogitator. Let's see if the tech prayers still hold. It might have information about this place.
Current status: in the possession of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition. Verifying current status. Inadequate data collated. It's nothing to me because I don't know what that time means. Prayers of maintenance required in the following zones. Failed to catalog. So we got the machine god here, huh?
Just as I suspected. It's a pile of rust. Well, at least I found some interesting diagnostics. I should check all the cogitators on the ship for other details.
Okay.
New log entry. Bodies everywhere. The putrid stench of death. horrible wounds still ooze blood. What unholy beast stalks these halls, What have we got here? A weapon? Well, the Emperor does protect his loyal subjects.
Okay, so we just got our abilities. It looks like right click is going to be our blessing. Firebolt. This is a physical. It's a 60-second cooldown. Is there a way to, like, possibly realign this? I think I'd rather have my cooldowns on. %, of the base damage per second for 3 seconds stacks up to 5 times. So we just spam that. Warp heat -1 per hit. Reserves warp heat, reserves warp heat. -12 per hit. This is a bleed. Lasts longer than the cooldown? Seems kind of crazy, right? Trudging right along. Love the art.
A manifestation of chaos. Will it cleanse your taint from here?
A little bit of taint cleansing, okay.
I feel the contagion of chaos seeping into the walls. I taste the despair in the air.
Okay, we got our rod.
This illness
That gives
must be
us
purged before it's too late.
tap. Warp blast. Shock. It's melee. Warp speed on both? It is, okay. Endurance is on both as well. Okay. It's not attackable, okay. Ooh.
New log entry. I've found a room tainted by the filth of chaos. There is also a tech priest maintenance shrine with a functioning cogitator.
Okay, so the cogitators. Defense system anomalies. Incident log. The Martyr opened fire on an approaching rogue trader vessel, causing considerable damage and loss of life on the targeted ship. Teleportarium signals are regularly jammed, blocking entry and exit to and from monastery. Records not found for the confessions. After thorough investigation and investigation and questioning, I can safely claim that no personnel were involved in the incident. The defense turrets open fire without any human involvement, and the signal blocking any teleportation attempts is generated automatically. Must be a malfunction. Medicaid reports of personal volunteer participating in the confessions. The data is corrupted.
New information. There's an emergency cogitator nearby where I could turn off the jamming signals.
Okay. Talk to the...
Open the door.
It is in the walls now. Everywhere. Taint. In the machines.
By the Emperor. What foul abomination is this? Mindless servitor sputtering gibberish. I smell corruption. I found a wreck in the hangar. It's a vessel used by the Space Marines. What are they doing here?
rare occurrence to stumble across Space Marines.
Foul heretics! Let my powers cleanse you from your sins.
Oh, okay, so you can like... I see. I think you can just... That's kind of cool. You can like lunge around the corners. Use cover. That's a pretty sweet mechanic. That would go a long way in something like Diablo. That's a really cool feature. I'm not even gonna hold you up. That's pretty sweet.
That's the cogitator that will disable the jammer.
Okay, so we're deactivating this.
I couldn't turn off the teleportation jammer, but the Vox should be fine now. Captain Van Winter, can you hear me?
Inquisitor, finally. I thought we'd lost you.
It would have been quite convenient for you, I suppose.
Trust me, I'm on your side. I'm not saying I don't want my ship back, but who would clear my name if you died in battle?
Your loyalty is quite admirable, Captain.
She seems to care a lot. Oh. Okay. First achievement, I assume the tutorial's over now then. Or at least the first part of the tutorial. Unlock psychic power, levitation, can be toggled on and off, provides 25% increased movement speed, and the ability to bypass traps and mines undetected. Using any other skill automatically turns this off. And I get one passive skill point. Okay. Go to character, obviously. So do we increase... Oh, you can start from any corner. That's pretty cool. Crit chance. Energy shield gain on hit. That might be pretty OP. I haven't looked into this at all, but I feel like that's a very, very strong ability to just have off the start. Regain composure, symbiosis, target allied heroes. I don't know if that's really helpful for us though. HP regen. Deny the warp. Warp resistance. Speed boost. Damage boost. All damage. I am worried that if I click this, I have to start from this point, and I don't get to go from the other one. Oh, hi, Alter. Hi. I wish I would have Googled this, maybe, because I didn't look anything up before playing this game. And I probably should have, because I knew it was going to be one of those Warhammer 40k games that have a bunch of complex mechanics in it. I wish I knew if I pick this, if I'm locked to this positional point allocation and I have to build up from here to get over to here. I get 4 in a row if I go from this side that are all awesome, but this looks like a extremely overpowered ability. Energy shield gain on hit. I'm just gonna go that way. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Accidentally bricks character. First skill point allocation. Alright, so on to part 2. I think the tutorial's complete unless this is just a series of tutorials. Oh, you doubled down. Thank you so much, Alter. I sincerely appreciate the dedication and support.
Cargoes have picked
It's
up a
very, very
box
kind of
not
you.
far from your location.
How's
It
the
is
volume, if you
transmitted
don't mind
on
my
the
asking
Imperial
real quick?
channel.
I had
It could be important.
a friend in here for a second, but I think they dipped to go play League. New tutorial, yeah, so it's a series of tutorials. Map overlay and minimap. Oh, these can explode when you tuck behind them. This is such a cool feature, though. Like you'll be fighting a group of people, and then you can shoot around the corner. That's so cool. I've never seen an ARPG that has that. Find the source of the box. Okay. Repeat. All character classes in the game have a special resource that is used to activate unique abilities. Psychers have warp heat, which accumulates as they unleash their psychic powers. Good to me. Game's low but hearable. Yeah, there was a bunch of cutscene stuff going on, and it was kind of loud. How about that? I mean, it's still, you're not gonna hear much because there's nothing going on, but psychers have warp heat, which accumulates as they unleash their psychic powers. The higher the character's warp heat, the higher the risk of creating malevolent warp anomalies that can even kill your character. Warp heat can be reduced by using your force weapon skill, so that's our melee attack, and that was with a thing that Empyrean Hulk, I think they called it, or Monstrosity or something like that. It'll summon basically like and Diablo it'd be called Hellborns over in the Helltide functions, but oh yeah, wait, I can do the thing. That's so OP, dude. Oh, there's a cooldown on the melee ability. That's crazy. That's crazy. I gotta keep that in mind going forward. More balanced. Thank you very much. Looks like we just keep going forward here. I probably, since I have experience with the ARPGs, I probably could have turned the difficulty up, but hopefully we can just adjust that on the fly or at some menu interaction after the tutorial.
Down there, Inquisitor?
I was worried because I heard it's really hard as Psyker at first compared to Crusader and Battle Sister.
In other words,
Okay, so who's gonna boom, melt that. Tab over. I'm gonna keep going here. Yeah, this is insanely easy. I don't know what anyone's talking about. I mean, obviously it's tutorial, but still, like, this seems I don't know if anyone has ever played 40K Space Hulk Tactics. My gosh, that is like the hardest game. Games are the best time to hang out with you. Yeah, it's one of the most free. No other obligations. I can kind of just free my mind up and not have to worry about workflow stacks and stuff. Lingua Technis transcript. We have X loaded from Engine Seer Theta, Lucan. Current rank, Operator Confessor to the Great Machine Spirit of the Martyr. The Martyr is the ship that we are on. Inloaded to Engine Seer Omicron. Vesuvier. Current rank, Engineer Hierophant of the Martyr. Machine Spirit of the Martyr shows every sign of intellectual instability, so it has been corrupted. Threat assessment is ultra high and growing. Proposal is a detachment of data serfs in the Blessed Core, initiating data module scrubbing and anointing central processing modules. Personal note, the machine spirit is slowly becoming insane, and it started to override the defense systems, destroying some possibly harmless void craft trying to land on the deck. We must act before it sheds more blood. I don't need to remind you of the fateful consequences if such information becomes open knowledge. It all must remain confidential. I submit this invocation in the name of the Omnissiah to the wisdom of my entrusted Hierophant. Okay, so it just seems like interpersonal communications coming from the crew members, especially the higher ups. It seems like the rest of the people weren't made aware of this, and possible visitors. That's kind of why we went down when we tried to board.
That grenade could be useful now.
Okay, new throwing grenades. I don't know how to do that yet. It looks like 4, or no, 3 is the hotkey for that, so adjust hand positioning. You can use your grenades on your belt skill and throwing them far behind enemy lines. The longer you hold the button, the higher the arc of the throw will be. A high arc is useful to lob grenades over obstacles, but slower to hit the target. Note that unlike weapon skills, grenades have limited charges. You can get extra grenades from supply boxes during the missions. Throw a grenade, press and hold 3 key, and aim with your mouse. Release the key to throw. Weapon emplacements. Leaders significantly increase the enemy's fighting strength. Eliminate them quickly if you can. Okay, so it bolsters them. They are signified by a red glowing skull around or above their heads. Take them out as quickly as possible. Heard. Can you stutter step this? Stutter, 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 stutter. Yeah, you can just stutter step. This is crazy. The Warhammer 40k music in games is typically so good. Wait, what? I can... Okay. I think this is like stuck on something, but can I turn it? I don't fully understand that yet. Let's get the eye implant. Okay. Inventory. Let's go ahead and... Can I equip that? What did I just replace it with? 3.9 damage, 3.1 bonus against slowed shock stun, 2.2 persistent. This is... trash. Haven't even faced an issue with the warp heat stuff. Plus at this difficulty, even if you did, I mean, I'm assuming it's just better for you, more experience, yada yada. These enemies, that's not enemies. Oh, those are candelabras. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Another cogitator here. Okay. Note A, I hope you are reading this. That's the safest way for us to communicate. If they find out what we are planning, they'll execute us. Hide your messages in the maintenance sermons and make them look like simple devotional notes. We need to plan our next step. There are huge problems on research decks. The Red Sanctum has been quarantined. Corrupted code influx. Note B, I've received your message. So this is an Alice and Bob. Back and forth, ciphered as, you know, religious dictations. I've received your message by the Emperor. This is bad. Same here, down here. Nobody knows where the Martyr is headed. And with Uther holed up in the Sanctum and his seconds in charge plotting against him, I have no idea where to turn. Note A, Uther will be our death. Think about it. He promised us immortality and glory for the Imperium. And now we have what? Those things in the Dark Zone. We must get out of here immediately, or shall we join the others? I'm assuming that people have begun getting corrupted at the point of these maintenance logs from the transcriptor. Just based on the verbiage used here. Man, it's been a minute since I played a 40k game. It feels good. I've been so addicted to WoW. It's crazy. Find the source of the Vox signal. I appear to be okay. It just continues down this way, so we're gonna head south. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can I juke? Can you juke? You can kind of juke. Grab these. I don't even remember something dying over there, but maybe a barrel. Oh, if the barrels blow up, Can't really choose which ones you shoot, though. It's kind of weird.
I have found a corpse.
That thing looks sweet, huh? Seems friendly. Those aren't real cogitators. Okay, we're just gonna run through this. I'm gonna tab over. We're going to wipe this first. Swap sides here. Boom. It's gonna take a second to get used to some of the controls. It's a little bit more clunky than it is fluid, but it's not turn-based combat, so I'm happy with that. I'm not a huge fan of turn-based combat in video games, and a lot of 40k stuff typically is RTS or turn-based stuff. So it looks like this is better. Do I just click it? Does it show me where to that's a Signum. It's an IM plant. Signum. Purity seal. I don't know where it's Signum. There we go. Very good. Small upgrade. It looks like there's something back here for me on the mini-map. Figure out what that is. Medical supply. Very good. That's
I found the body of a
corpse of
fallen
an
Adeptus
Astartes.
Astartes.
What? Did you just say that there was a dead space marine down there?
He must have been a member of that unlucky Imperial reconnaissance team I found.
Allow me to clarify that. You only found pieces of them, so it'll be just you against something that tore apart one of the mightiest champions of the Imperium.
Don't jump to any conclusions just yet, Captain. It could easily be more than one creature.
So for anyone who knows the lore, obviously, being able to kill a space marine is no easy feat. Typically, it's only other space marines or elite enemies from the Xenos.
Did you think a horde can withstand my powers?
I see here. We don't have to dodge. Or do we? Oh, that's the blink thing. Okay, I get it now. Good use of nades there. I don't like that you can't use melee attacks very frequently. It might be different for other combatants though, right? Like the Crusader would probably be a more melee heavy class. This is more of a ranged discrepancy, kind of tactile approach. Aiming is kind of rough, I won't lie to you. I feel like I'm hitting them, but I'm also not.
Team Sigma, this is
Skill
Chaos
issue
Storm
probably,
speaking.
right?
Team Sigma, come in.
I'm afraid Team Sigma won't be responding anytime soon.
What? Who are you, and what are you doing there? Taking a stroll on the decks? By the Emperor!
Mind your manners. I'm an Inquisitor, and I don't tolerate...
An Inquisitor? About bloody time. I thought your lot had followed Lord Klosterheim into the Dark Zone. Listen, we're under heavy attack in the control room, so I'd appreciate it if you could join us while we deliver the Emperor's will until our most triumphant death. Thorn out.
Thanks, Thorn.
New log entry. I established connection with someone from an Imperial expedition on the ship, but he is clearly confusing me with someone else.
Do we only level up at the end of levels? I mean, you can't just implement new Maybe I just didn't get enough points to level up, huh? I don't even think I should really get in. Oh, you can't even get into this stuff. Looks like we're almost there. Level will grow by completing missions, which represents your position within the holy ordos of the Inquisition. New levels unlock new item types, which you can find during missions or can be obtained from the end mission loot boxes. They can also join cabals with other fellow Inquisitors to purge the unclean together. Progression. Specific levels also unlock new inoculator components, perks, and additional slots for both, and most importantly, every level gives you 1 or sometimes 2 skill points. You can find the complete list of unlockables in the expanded view. That's something I can click from in here. Of course, it is not. Come back to that. Attributes. Every character class has different attributes. All 3 main attributes have 5 milestones, and after reaching one of them, you will automatically gain extra abilities. You can earn attribute points by completing heroic deeds. Perks. This is a lot to throw at you all at once. These are interchangeable passive abilities which can empower your Inquisitor. In the beginning, you have only 1 perk slot, but after you reach level 15 and 30, the other 2 unlock. New perks can be unlocked by completing heroic deeds or raising your inquisitorial level. Okay, so expanded view. Unlock psychic power, 1 passive skill point. We get another 1. So that must only apply to the level 15 and 30. Level up. Oh yeah, there is a leaderboard, isn't there? Hee hee hee. Tee hee. My biggest fan, tee hee. Anointment, 10% damage bonus for every active psychic power buff. So I need to always have that buff rolling. I should know that from other MMOs and ARPGs. The fact that it lasts longer than the cooldown by several seconds. I think it's a 75-second effect buff, and the cooldown is 60 seconds. And if I just melee weave, like, what is it, like a 7-second cooldown, 5-second cooldown? We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out as we go. We'll get better. Always 1% better. That's my motto. So 57 base damage, 1% dodge, 15% damage reduction, warp resistant. I love stats in games. I love that they show you all of this. This is so cool. Warp heat reduction per second, 0.4. There's probably a way to raise that to 1 per second at some point, either through perks or equipment. What else do we have bonuses for? Heat damage bonus, against stun, shock, slow. That was from that piece of equipment. 15% base damage reduction. And we have 112 warp heat. Suppression must be armor. Hit points is obviously health. Warp heat is our resource allocation bar, but I don't know if we have like a way to monitor that at all times. Teehee. You are irreplaceable. Don't let anybody ever tell you differently.
It's Thorn again. Another wave of filth is on its way to face me in a glorious carnage. I want your help as soon as possible.
Careful, Thorn. That was dangerously close to insolence, and you are definitely confusing me with someone else.
You are an Inquisitor, which is enough for me right now. The whole deck is swarming with the local mongrel tribes, and they've sent their champions to rally the troops. I need you to eliminate these creatures.
So you're heading to the control room to disable the jammer?
That's the plan, yes.
And who is this Caius Thorn exactly?
Quite a character. Otherwise, I have no idea. He seems to think that I'm a member of his mysterious expedition.
If there is an expedition, they might be trapped in that monastery just like you.
Why do you think so?
I made a scan. That giant wreckage looks completely dead from here. No sign of any other voidcraft in the vicinity.
Is that our range? Must be. Tactical view? What? Enemies there. It's such an OP move. That has to... Oh, wait. Okay, so that's our mana bar. That's our health. That's our armor. Do they not have a metric system for our... Like, they have gauges for everything, right? Except for... our resource? Our primary resource use? Oh, that might be it. More P. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And it's got a little purity seal. Good on them. So that doesn't look like it's raising my war peat at all when I do that, because it costs less. Now, if I do this, boom. Stunned. Kite back. I was waiting for them to sync up in step so they can do more damage. Should have started at that guy, right? I mean, we just whatever. He got health. So we did level up in the middle of this. Combat loop. Forgive me for the bad etiquette here. You don't get to go that way, huh? Okay. Kite. Boom. Oh, he's healing. So we obviously.
The first tribal champion. I wonder if these mongrel tribes are the descendants of the original inhabitants. I guess I'll know more soon.
Okay, so do I zoom, tab, inventory, character, passives. Do we get to level up in the game? Like during? Doesn't cost more than I have, right? Okay, so it just says that we don't have any. But we did level up. What does tab do? What is that? What is tab doing? Swap weapon. Oh, dirt. Use inoculator is O. That's a crazy placement. Who's gonna reach all the way across the keyboard to do that? Swap out to 0. Maybe we'll probably do that. I like that. Ooh, some gene stealers. Yeah, those are awesome, man. I'm assuming that you like what do you play Chaos Marines much, or Lone Pair? Yeah, I just started playing this game too. I've never played it before, so this is a fully new experience to me. I'm in the tutorial part still, like it's a few stages in the beginning of the game. But it's really nice. I never even knew that they had an ARPG available. I know. fellow Warhammer fan. Okay, so it looks like decrypted message says that this is the thrice blessed Fortress Monastery Martyr, Category A3 research vessel of the Holy Ordos under the leadership of Lord Inquisitor Uther Tiberius. We seek aid from the brothers and sisters of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Martyr is on a highly important research pilgrimage from the Segmentum Pacificus to the Sigil subsector. En route to the Caligari sector, the Martyr was caught in a severe warp anomaly, and the Gallic shield suffered considerable damage. We need an emergency overhaul in the orbital dry docks at the Koshai Prime as soon as possible. May the Emperor be with you. So we're on a ship called the Martyr, if you can pick up from that message, and it is corrupted by warp, anomaly, and chaos. We found a dead space marine, which is crazy, obviously. Nah, just some nids. Gene Stealer, yeah. Tyranids are OP. I know they were having a. I'm assuming that you play since you're painting the figures and such, the models that you play tabletop. I heard about it's that 3D. It's almost like a VR version of the tabletop. You can like import the model stuff for it, like the figures, the 3D models. Obviously, I don't know what the full legality of that is or anything. I think it's just for practice, right? It's just for practice. Yeah, it's kind of hard to. I mean, one, find time. It's almost like running, D&D and stuff.
Thorn here. How are you faring, Inquisitor?
But at the same time, it's
I'd say I'm making a good progress.
unless you live by one of the hobby stores that do it, or you have a home setup or a friend with a home setup.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, they have a an online 3D version. I'll try to see if I can find the name of it again. I just
Thorn out.
recently heard about it, but you can import the assets as 3D models in Unity and Blender and stuff like that, and then you can like digitally paint them. It's kind of crazy the way it looked. I don't know how many modifications, plugins, etc. that this person was running, but he runs a whole Discord dedicated to it, and he's the inventor of that 3D space that people can play virtually at. I was wondering if I'm probably going to come across somebody who has played that style at some point, but I don't know anyone IRL or that are subbed to me yet, so I always ask when somebody new pops in. Sounds super cool though, looks awesome. You know, I don't know, Games Workshop will obviously never endorse that kind of thing, but this game plays pretty smooth. One feature that you probably haven't seen yet while I'm playing is if you run, right? Oh, it's not doing it now, I don't know why. See how I'm like tucked behind this? You can shoot around corners and like over stuff. So you can like, yeah, if you can find the name of it, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it sounded really, really cool. Like something I do some Blender and Unity design stuff myself, and I've never thought to even try to host a game server for a tabletop style thing like that. Seems really, really promising though. Get more grenades from the supply, medical supply. Yeah, for an ARPG, like the that ability to tuck behind stuff, like if that was introduced in, it might be called Tabletop Simulator, but I promise it's not. That might be another version of it though, but there's a guy who runs an entire Discord. The only way you can get it is through his Discord and his GitHub, from what I've heard. I was watching like a video on it in the background while I was working on something else, and I should have, it's in my history. I'll go back and look at it, but I only recently heard about it. Also, waiting for Kill Looper Cal to come out with episode 3, man. What's going on with that, right? They promised a weekly drop for that show, and it's been months. I don't know if you've seen it. If you do want to watch, I have basically full episodes on my YouTube via shorts. If you go to my shorts thing, they should probably be in order. A couple of things are omitted, but you're not missing much. It's just for copyright purposes. This game plays pretty well though. It's on like super, well, not super easy mode, but tier 1 mode. I didn't know it's seasonal like Diablo is. Like a lot of games are nowadays, I guess. Is it just gonna keep spawning? Am I missing something here? Alright, so
The filth of chaos has retreated from my door.
looks like we
Regrouping,
got
I'd
some
say.
ammo over
I
here.
take it you killed the tribal champions.
Yes, I purged the place.
How ambitious! I like that. But believe me, there is still much work to be done. You'll find a desecrated shrine next door that leads to the control room. Go there.
Okay. Yeah, I myself, my brother runs a store a few hours away from me, but it's dedicated to Warhammer 40K. So he hosts like tabletop games and stuff there. They do some card stuff too with some other games, but it's mostly like 80 to 90% at any given point of time is dedicated to Warhammer 40K. So he gets a lot of exclusive stuff. Where my love for the game comes from. Another one that I haven't played, but he used to play all the time, is called Dawn of War. I have like all the expansions, I think, for it.
Men will meet you on the other side, but plenty of them have been captured.
What do you
I'll
mean?
need your help
I'm
to
messing
set them
things up.
free.
But yeah, Dawn of War, if you like RTS stuff, is supposed to be like a really, really enjoyable game. I've seen some gameplay from it when he played. It's still considered like the best Warhammer 40K game though. By a lot of people, a lot of the true fans, you know. This one's pretty fun though. I like this. I got it on discount at Steam, and I've been enjoying it so far. I just started it though, so I haven't gotten super far into it. Oh, you can. Oh, that's so cool. Target allied heroes. We're not going to do that, but we do have warp energy redirection, so we get energy shield gain on hit. Deny the warp, so it's just warp resistance, and then movement boosting, so we can reposition more quickly. Alright. I should have looked at my inventory and picked all those things up at the end of the game on the last level.
This is just the calm before the storm. Take advantage of the respite before the wretches return. At least I can send you some reinforcements. The hostiles are keeping some of my scouts caged up in the desecrated sanctum. Free the guardsmen and bring them to the control room.
Yeah, I'm a big Necron fan myself.
Ready to fight!
Allied units. So you can bolster them. Oh, that's kind of cool. You get your own. This is like a different take on an ARPG. This is pretty cool. Only played the first Space Marine. We'll do the second when it comes down in price, or I can get a sale. Yeah, so amazing game, Space Marine 2. Can't deny that. Not a ton of gameplay in there unless you're really big in the multiplayer stuff. They did just release the wave version of it, where like multiple waves of enemies and yada yada. I played all of the content to a fair extent. Definitely get it on sale. Worth every penny for, you know, if you have money to burn, but I would definitely get that on sale. Or if you have like, I don't know, if you're part of a Steam family with friends and stuff, like maybe
That was most
all pitch in so that you can all play through it once. It doesn't have a ton of replayability when it comes to the campaign stories. It's not quite like Halo, you know, if you remember Halo and stuff. Like,
it points to an ancient sect. But
very
the
beautiful
details of
art
these
though.
statues
Same thing. It's based on the same engine as Darktide. Darktide has a ton of multiplayer playability. Kind of graphic intensive. Both of them are kind of graphic intensive though. So depending on your setup. I'm assuming I have to go around, right? Like I can't just go through that. Prothorium symbolism in the content of the prayer book indicates ancient heritage, sometime between the 35th and the 36th millennium. The potential connection to the Age of Apostasy indicates some fascinating prospects. I must admit that some of our discoveries are unique, almost radical in nature, especially the pieces directly connected to Uther Tiberius and his sect. The adornments of the other elements are clearly imperial in origin on the ship, but the details, like the winged statues, all suggest a cult that used to be imperial, but which has been lost or subsequently purged from the archives. The techno-archaeologist was baffled by the first radium carbon results. This may be a rather bold statement since he lacks facial features, emotions, and soul, but he looked almost shocked. Damn his inconclusive results. He tried to argue about the age of this Emperor-forsaken derelict, but I'm certain about my analysis, and a bit troubled. The mural about the Scarlet Hypothesis and the Imperium beyond was unsettling, to say the least. The angel of death growing more grim with each passing hour. May the Emperor have mercy upon our souls.
At your command. I will rip your mind into shreds. Take it like a man. Charge! Charge with you. Take it like a man, guardsman.
Check our inventory. It looks like we have mastercrafted implant. That's huge improvement. Artificer mine. I don't even know where the mine slot is. What is that? Okay. Black damage, 66 HP, chance to slow, crit. So like what, I put it down and if I step over it I get healed, or when it does damage to somebody else? They don't really explain a ton of this stuff. Purity seal 119. We lose some suppression, but we get it's actually not a drastic improvement here. We're not gonna swap out for that. We definitely want to swap out for that. I want to be within 5 meters, 23 bonus loot quantity. I mean, I feel like that's pretty good, right? Wait, where's it
At your
there?
command.
I kind of just trust the frag more for AoE. I think that's pretty good. We'll go north first here. I was trying to delete a message. Oh wait, one sec. Halo back in the day, one of my friends would play. Good times. OG Halo on LAN. Yeah, man. What those the days. Wow, what a time. What a time to be alive for that.
We don't have much time, Inquisitor.
Halo
Hurry up
fucked
and
the
take
game
as
up,
many guardsmen with
man.
you as you
Halo
can.
1, 2, even 3 went crazy. ODST was, I mean, that's its own thing. I don't know. I never really got into ODST. I played through the story, but obviously that didn't hit quite the same as the other ones. But dude, the LAN parties for Halo 1 and 2 were nuts, dude. I remember it got so good that we would memorize like the portal placements and stuff, like where you pop out at for Chiron, I believe was the name of the map, the portal one from Halo 1. Yeah, that guy is strong as hell. Get gone. Is that his? Okay, he's a boss, obviously. I was trying to delete a message, which I think I just can't do, but instead pinned it on accident like twice. I pinned your Ko-Fi over there now, though. I kind of want to play this now. Gaming was reborn with Halo. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that was seriously some of the best moments of my life were playing Halo LAN parties. Insane. Okay, so free some guys. Looks like we got some medical supply chest here. I still haven't really used this. I don't even... Is it numlock? Like, what? I'm gonna have to look at the controls here because I'm a little lost in the sauce. Use inoculator. It's a number pad up. That's the one that I changed. Got it. So it's on. I have the MMO mouse, so it's over by the bend of my thumb. A little over an hour still left. Swap weapon, hold position is shift is the same as taking cover. Oh, you can pick up nearby items with G. That's something they didn't really say much about. You can go straight to the character window with C. That makes sense. You can just emote on enemies. That's cool. Activate embodied saint form. I don't think we've gotten to that part yet. Yeah. I think it was Chiron, like Chiron, but I don't know. There's numbers in it and stuff too, I'm pretty sure. Like, because I think Derelict was a different one that was similar from 2. I mean, it has been a minute, obviously. Last time I played the original Halo, like Halo 1, was when I played Combat Evolved, the Enhanced Edition or whatever, where you could swap back and forth between them from the Master Chief Collection. I played with my roommate. We ran through on Legendary. We did the library. It was like a 5.5 minute run. We got like one of the 0.3% achievements. I think it's the only Steam achievement I have that's like that rare. We just got lucky placement. You know, the guys have the rocket launchers in the bottom of the tunnels or whatever towards the end of the library map in Halo 1. They like blew each other up, so we didn't have to sit there and respawn over and over again at them, which I feel like is normally the case, from if memory serves. They would always just pop out of that hole, and you'd just, or you'd go into the tunnel without thinking about it, and they'd kill you, and you'd be respawn killed over and over again.
Are banging their war drums,
Legendary.
calling up the filth of chaos from the caverns of the ship. If you want to know
G,
what a real
G,
battle
pick
looks
up nearby
like,
it.
I suggest you join me as soon as you can.
Okay. Cool map feature. Yeah, I was expecting to have a hard time with that. That was probably our fastest level out of the entire game somehow, just because of that one. Like, we jumped down there, and they missed us and shot across that, like, under the ground hallway after the gates lock and they start flooding in over and over again. Like 2 or 3 of them that have rocket launches in the entire map, but 2 of them killed each other with the rockets and missed us inside that tunnel. It was like a fluke. forget how rare the achievement was, but it's a diamond achievement on Steam. It's the only one I have. I think it's like, it was either like 0.3% or 0.07% or something. Just lucked out completely on that. I forgot how hard Halo 2 is on Legendary too. On that first map, all the elites. There's that gold elite, the 2 white elites, the silver elite, the 4 blue, 4 red that pop out at the end of the first map.
You are
First
So
level.
what is...
yes.
I'll have the...
We got stuck on that forever. If one of you die, you both respawn at the last checkpoint. It gave us hell for a while. We got so stuck on that. The expedition. The clues I found led me to following conclusions. Recently, a sizable imperial expedition landed on the Fortress Monastery, led by a certain Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim. The purpose and the current whereabouts of these explorers are still unknown, although judged by the large number of casualties they have suffered, I assume that the expedition must have had considerable numbers. Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim had inquisitors and interrogators as his retinue. Also, some Space Marines from the Stormwatcher chapter. I find it troubling that the Caligari Conclave neglected to reveal the existence of this expedition to me. This one next, and try to get the Electrum Psi Convector, which is 20% damage to Psyker weapon skills, and this is a boost to all damage. Got the warp reduction. I don't know if we should do crit hit. HP gain on hit does seem pretty powerful though, but demolition, that's cover damage bonus. That might come in handy, but since we're a very high mobility class at being an Aether Walker Psyker, with that teleport thing, I don't know if that's going to be my strongest suit. I don't know how hard the game gets at this moment. Heroic deeds, when you do these things, you get a bunch of extra cool stuff. I got a dot 1,000 times, so that's just, you know. Deal with 50 traps, okay. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna skip that one too, because I just fly over them. Alright, you have a good night, Alter. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate all of your help. It was good playing with you earlier and Soul Frame. That game is incredible. Incredible game. But yeah, have a good night. I'll send you some edits and stuff tomorrow morning, probably, if that's cool. So this is probably the end of the tutorial thing.
Welcome to the Martyr, Inquisitor. Not exactly the army I had imagined, but reinforcements at last.
So you do realize now that I don't belong to your expedition?
I do, and I regret the confusion. We were not expecting any guests on this Emperor-forsaken wreck. And first I thought that you must belong to Klosterheim's retinue. That fool brought a whole army of busybodies and interrogators with him.
You must tell me everything about this man, his expedition, and the Martyr. But first, I'll...
Dang, I'm gonna have to end the stream a little bit early. I am my friend's ride from work. I assist people in recovery, like addiction recovery, and for like a homeless shelter. And I am his ride home from work, and he ended a little bit early. So let me finish this real quick, this level, and then we'll close out. I will be getting back on a little bit later, probably from like oh man, oh, I thought I scuffed that. That was actually pretty clean. I will probably be back on. It takes about an hour to go get him and stuff, and maybe I'll eat a little bit between, and then I'll be back on probably until like 3 a.m. EST. You're the brat. Brat.
Well then, was a pleasant warm-up, wasn't it? But Inquisitor, I'm sure they will drag their filthy god here to help them out.
Their what?
We interrogated some of these tribesmen. They are all descendants of the original crew. Anyway, during centuries,
they got Nurgle-fied.
One of their generations forgot about our holy emperor and found new things to worship.
And what would this god be?
Madness incarnated, they call it.
I appreciate you understanding. Yeah, normally it's not,
but
I don't know.
nothing good.
It rained really hard over where we're at, and he works at
I'm in the middle
a place that does like outdoor sports stuff. So it was kind of, he basically got rained out for a lot of it, and they are closing early apparently. I got a minute to probably finish this up, and then I'll be back on. I am going to be playing this all week though, along with another game called Soulframe from the people who made Warframe. And it's a new MMO. It's in pre-alpha. I have the VOD up on Twitch for that. We played a few hours already, me and that other person I was chatting with, Alter. It does 3-person teams. It's in the pre-alpha stage. It's a very awesome MMO. Not sci-fi so much as it is fantasy though, but great mechanics. Kind of a puzzle-solving game at the same time, and has a lot of the best elements from every MMORPG out there. So if you're into that sort of thing too, I do stream that exclusively on Twitch. She does it on Kick, so that's ad-free. And then I normally upload the VODs and shorts and stuff up here on YouTube, so you can always catch a glimpse of that too if you're ever curious. I will look into that that tabletop simulator thing too though, and I'll probably post a little bit about that, like a review after I get a hold of it and mess around a little bit. Maybe I'll upload some assets for it as well via Unity. That would be really cool though. Like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to play the tabletop version of Warhammer 40k, but like almost entirely VR? Like, I know it takes some of the love out of it, but
we are the sanctioned blades of the Calgary
all right,
Conclave.
yeah, very much appreciated, Lumpere. Thank you sincerely. Obviously at this stage in the game, following and subscribing and stuff is probably the easiest way to refine me again if you lose track, but obviously not going to twist your arm about it or anything, so I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I'll be playing probably roughly the same time all week.
Let's take a look at this cogitator.
3 to 5 hour sessions from, I would say, like 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way until about like 2 or 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how that translates for you. Summary: after the rites of diagnostics and reciting the necessary hymns to placate its mood, I prayed to the machine spirit and humbly asked it to confide in me about the causes of the reoccurring system failures, corrupted data, why the automatic defense system of the Martyr destroyed that rogue trader cruiser, and why the Martyr initiated conflicts with non-hostile vessel of an explorator fleet. Thus, the machine spirit of the Martyr denies cooperation, citing the Sacred Order 94.7.A as issued by our spiritual leader, the late Uther Tiberius. So we weren't sure if he was alive or not. It's clear now that he is not, probably along with the rest of his crew. Something about that. No executable directive exists under this name. The machine spirit claims that the Martyr must follow a determined route to a classified location, and that the protection of the Martyr is top priority, and it asserts its rights to override the Martyr automated weapon systems and the teleportarium in times of need. Assessment: possible warp infestation of the machine spirit, invoking the conclave of the imminent system purge. One of the servitors that we had spoke to that was responsible for the doors opening and closing in the entry point of the first tutorial was saying that it's in the walls, it's in everything, it's all over me. So yeah, that warp infestation seems to be pretty bad, eh? Nurgle's got his filthy hands in him.
Well, these records are disturbing. This Martyr has a mind of its own.
Bum bum bum. Okay, we're still fighting. I was just reading that during a fight. That's crazy. Aether Walker armor. I didn't even know you could replace your armor. I don't remember seeing that in the character screen, like the inventory management system. Equipment slots.
You are truly doing the Emperor's work, Inquisitor. Keep it up. We've crushed their main
All right, you have a good night as well, Lone Pair. Thank you so
Disable that
much for
jammer.
stopping by. Expect more to come very shortly.
Their god arrives? Trust me.
I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. It was good talking.
Close. I wonder what it looks like.
After we've disabled the jammer, we must find Lord Kloster.
Oh, yes. That two-faced hypocrite. I have already lost a battle brother because of him, and then he left me down here to die. But now, move!
How close we are to the end of this. Looks like we go this way. Another signal. I would go through and equip any upgrades that we just found, but for the sake of time's convenience, I'm gonna just rip right to the end here real quick. This is still tutorial-based stuff anyway. It doesn't matter all that much. Maybe we get... Oh, okay, so we get the first unique enemy appearance. This is a warp demon taking over what, a Terminator suit.
Scum. Mockery to your honor. Perish you
Quite a night. It's just Terminator armor, right? I can't really tell when it's...
Inquisitor.
called a
what's
hell brute in
happening
this
down
one. That's
there?
kind of...
Are you all right?
I'm great. I've just...
Inquisitor, listen to me.
Ready to fight!
Aether Walker armor. Okay, radiators. Sorry for just skipping through the dialogue stuff. I assume it's something that's going to be recovered at the end of the level anyway.
I've disabled the...
Inquisitor, you must teleport back before the ship leaves. We don't know where it's headed, and worse, the Jealous shields are probably compromised. Warp travel
They
will
are.
kill you. Hurry up, you don't want to get stranded over there.
Or are we just leaving them to die because of that? All those people were dead, dude.
Inquisitor, are you all right?
I'm fine, Captain. I'm back on your ship, leaving the teleportarium as we speak. I need medical assistance down here for the Space Marine. What's happening to the Martyr?
It's preparing to enter the warp. I thought it was a derelict.
It is a derelict, Captain, which seems to attract the attention of both our allies and enemies. The Martyr is a mystery, but it's very much alive.
And your mystery ship is gone. What happens now?
I will notify the Caligari Conclave. Then we will wait and see.
I killed 1,000 enemies with grenades. I only threw like 7. I feel like. Unless it counts that explosive damage psychic ability that I fire.
Inquisitor, my astropath has sent your audio log to the Caligari Conclave, as you requested.
Let me guess. Another local warp surge manifestation swallowed the message whole.
No, actually. We have received an official follow-up on your report.
Well, that must be a mistake. It's the Imperial bureaucracy. I wasn't expecting to hear from them for a few standard years.
I have no idea what we found out there, but it must be really important. See for yourself.
Inquisitor, we are raising your clearance level. You are henceforth authorized to listen to confidential information without facing immediate excommunication. Your discovery has greatly intrigued the Conclave. You have found a ghost of the past, Inquisitor. The Martyr had strong ties to the Inquisition, and as such, it is very important to us. We all thought that the fortress monastery had been destroyed, with the exception of Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim. He dedicated his life to finding the Martyr, only to disappear without a trace. And now, you have proof of both the existence of the Martyr and the whereabouts of Lord Klosterheim. We want answers. Continue this investigation. Evaluate the data. Gather new clues and find the Martyr. Hopefully with Lord Klosterheim on board so he can explain his disappearance. We must remind you that this investigation requires absolute secrecy, and it will be your task, and your task alone.
Our task is to find a ghost ship in the vast expanses of the Imperium. How hard could it be?
The Space Marine I rescued was part of the expedition that found the Martyr somehow. If I can interrogate him, I'm sure he can help us.
That man is in stasis at the moment. He was torn into pieces. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a warrior of the Adeptus Astartes is not a simple mortal we can treat.
Indeed. We need a tech priest with unique skills and knowledge of the genetic material of the Adeptus Astartes. We need a Magos biologist specialist, which could be difficult. Indeed.
I come from a long line of rogue traders, Inquisitor. I know the secrets of this sector, and I can tell you where to find the tech priest you need. The Merciful Agony is a hospital fortress in the Chernobog system. It's also a secret research station of the Adeptus Mechanicus. You'll find a Magos Biologus there.
This is the command bridge of your ship, your base of operations where you can prepare your missions and manage your resources. Click on the highlighted panels or NPCs to access the available management screens. For the moment, you have access to the shop at Ragnar Van Winter, and your storage, and most importantly, the star map. You can now invite other players to join your party by clicking on the social icon in the bottom of the screen. Click on the hollow table in the center when you are ready to step out among the stars and continue your journey. The clues I've discovered indicate that the machine spirit of the Martyr, which inhabits the fortress monastery and controls all systems and machinery on the decks, has probably gone mad, possibly during a warp incident, and it has been displaying paranoid tendencies for a long time now. It locked down the Martyr completely and trying to destroy approaching vessels to protect itself for unclear reasons. The abandoned Colossus. I can conclude at this point that the abandoned fortress monastery, which the cryptic distress signal came from, is called the Martyr, and that it entered the Caligari sector roughly 5,000 years ago after the Imperial Civil War called the Age of Apostasy. The Martyr was commandeered by an inquisitor called Uther Tiberius, who had a very clear purpose for traveling here, and some of the members of his retinue had reasons to worry about his intentions. What exactly happened during the subsequent 5,000 years is unclear. At some point, the Martyr must have disappeared in the warp, and it was spat out by a recent warp surge in the system, already infested by the bile of Nurgle. Oh, it's 100 enemies and grenades. That makes way more sense. I did not throw nearly that many. Use warp heat reducing skills 500 times cycler only, so we got an extra point there. Unlock psychic power, digital weapons, okay, cool. Create a column of fire for 20 seconds. It seeks out enemies and deals 210% weapon damage per second as heat in a 2-meter radius. Masteries can also affect these values. Plus, we have all the skill. Yeah, that's crazy. A lot of skill points. Man. Got the siege axioms. Pyrokinetic staff. Physical damage bonus. We're probably not going to use that, in all honesty. Cool. Alright, yep, I'm going to wrap up there. I might need to look into a little bit before I start allocating a ton more points. Am I late? I don't know. I'm about to leave. Leave me alone. Yeah, so I am gonna head out though. Thank you so much for watching the stream. For those of you who are watching at a later point in time, thank you for tuning in, and I will be doing more of this all throughout this week if you're able to make it. If you're not, the VODs will be up on both Twitch and YouTube for your review. Shorts coming soon. I hope everyone has a beautiful rest of their night, and I will probably be back on a little bit